Welcome back to the third Saturday in October, your SEC Tailgate podcast for the rest of us. This is our second edition of the Tennessee Timeout. And look, a lot of things have happened just personally since the last one. My basement flooded, so getting that put back together. Got a new setup, which is great. Really excited for having Tennessee gear in my little man cave office podcasting area down here. So very excited to be back and talking to you this week. So what's going on? Spring practice. Looks like it's going pretty well. Our big time freshman quarterback arrested on some drug charges. Looks like minor drug charges. We'll see what's going to happen. He just issued an apology. Coach Heupel is dealing with this internally, not saying a whole lot. Hey, that's to be expected. Coaches don't usually say a whole lot about this. It looks like there's a plan for him to get back practicing with the team if he meets certain requirements. We saw Jeremy Pruitt do this. We saw Butch Jones do this. You see Nick Saban do this. You see all the coaches do this, try to, give the players goals to get back on the team. But it seems like they're pretty happy with their quarterback room without this new freshman. We got a transfer. We've got a couple guys from last year who did pretty well, especially coming to it at the end. Harrison Bailey, the freshman last year, he missed a lot of time preseason last year over the summer and in fall camp because of COVID protocol. So he's getting a lot more time this year with the offense. He got a lot of valuable in-game experience this last season. So looks like Heupel in our first scrimmage the other day split reps between the quarterbacks pretty evenly, just trying to see who's going to grasp this offense first. High octane offenses, you got to have a quarterback who understands it and can call those plays in his sleep. So we'll see after spring. We'll see what happens in the orange and white game in a couple weeks. Just kind of keeping an eye on that. The thing that excites me is hearing from the running backs coach that he's really impressed with our running backs. We lost Ty Chandler to transfer. I mean, I don't blame him. Went to UNC. Great kid out of Nashville. Wish him all the best. Loved watching him in the orange and white. Feel bad that as consistent as he was, I feel like he couldn't break through, and it wasn't always his fault. And then, of course, Eric Gray leaves for Oklahoma. So a little thin in the running back room just from experience, but excited to see what goes on there. Our offensive line, it sounds like they're really coming together. They're gelling. So in Martinez, our defensive back coach, is saying that he's just trying to learn the personnel. We'll kind of see how that all shakes out as we go through summer workouts as well. Go through fall camp. There's still a lot of time before we play the next season, so a lot of time to figure some things out. After a few weeks of just kind of being with the reality that Heupel is our coach, again, he wasn't my first choice. I'm going to withhold judgment on how good of a coach he is until we see some games. I think here's the biggest thing. If he can get our guys to play together, we can win some ball games. This last year, it felt like we could just never play together. We couldn't get on the same page. If Heupel can get all the guys on the same page, I think we can win some ball games. Will this system work at Tennessee in the SEC? I don't know. Can Heupel win in the SEC? I don't know. I think it all comes down to getting these players to play together. We still have some really good players. We've got some really good wide receivers. Really excited to see what happens there. Um, you know, offense sells tickets. Offense makes for a good product on TV. I still love defensive slugfest, 9-6 kind of thing, 9-7. I love watching those games as much as the 49 to 45 games. So we'll see. But I want to see receivers running their routes. I want to see quarterbacks who can read defenses, get everybody in position. I want to see an offensive line that just really gels. If they can just work together and communicate, I think we'll be all right. And I think we've got some good running backs. We saw some glimpses into last season with some young guys getting some time. So we'll see. Defense. We're switching back to a 4-3, which from what I understand from defensive experts, it can make it easier on the defensive line because it's less reading what the offense is giving you and kind of just saying, okay, here are my gaps, shooting through. So let's just wait and see. I'm really excited to see the orange and white game. I at this time don't know what Heupel's setup is going to be because it's generally not a traditional game or even scrimmage kind of setup. It usually has weird rules, weird scoring, and so whatever. But just from an execution standpoint, I want to see how well they execute. I gotta say, I'm feeling a little bit better. Feeling a little bit better about where Tennessee is headed. Maybe it's just naive optimism. I don't know, but I'm excited. I'll say this too. If you don't want to think about football, go watch some Tennessee baseball. Number 4 in the country. Recording this on Friday night. Should be released Saturday or Sunday. Friday night, we beat number 9 Florida in baseball. So really excited about the baseball team. Follow along with them. I gotta get me a Tennessee baseball jersey. So if anybody's listening who wants to get me a birthday present, look, my birthday's not till August. I'll take a birthday present any time of the year. Nice Tennessee Vols baseball jersey. Don't need a name or number on the back. Just Tennessee logos on the front. I'll be good. So look, until the next Tennessee timeout, roll Vols.